Hello guys. How are you all doing? Well, the markets are going to open soon, and I just thought we should have a follow-up analysis on Nasdaq, so that we have an idea of what could happen this coming week. So if we were to start on, nothing much on higher time frames has changed, obviously, because the monthly, I think it had like it's just that the thing is still loading. It had like a pin bar, and then the next bar is just a smaller bar there. So there's nothing new really. And then even on weekly, there's just one new bar which didn't make any change on, like it didn't make any difference on the weekly structure, because of what here we're still going with what the engulfing. That's what we can just take from this time frame. Nothing new. We still have our trend line there, and we still have our next area of resistance up there. So there's nothing that we can talk about here, because we just had one new bar when it didn't change any structure. And when we go down to daily, this is how things are looking at the moment. We did have this, which is what? Higher high, meaning we do have like a daily trend line here. But now I'll just mention something here. That's fine. The target is to come here. This is the goal, is to come there. But now, based on what is happening currently, things are not looking so great, or not looking so convincing anymore. You know why? Because when we form, remember when we form, when we do this and then form a higher high, and then we do have like a support here, right? And from that support, we need to have, remember I said this must give us at least twice this, so that we can have this as our TP1 when the price has moved double. Like what I mean by that is that this is what I mean. When the price moves up like that, if it gave us support here, we want this move from here to there to be at least 2 times what we're having as our stop loss, so that we can buy from this and put our first TP here, so that we're making double as the minimum. So this is where the price is going to turn before it comes to give you buying opportunities. So we want it to give us this move here, that it goes, and then before coming back, it must be at least double. Ne? So that's why you remember I said if it just goes there and then it comes back, if this zone is too big, we can't risk whatever amount here just to make this. It does not make sense. So we need at least double. So in this case, if you were to assess the daily structure, what is happening currently, we did have this which went up, and you can say, let me mark my support on daily is here. But you can see that after closing there, immediately the next bar came back. So meaning this is not something that we should consider if you're trading daily. Why? Because if we had another bar going up there, maybe we'd have double, and then by the time we come back, at least we'll know that maybe this is double this, then we can take that. But in this case, that's not the case. We just went here, and then now we're coming back. So we can't say we are risking this just to make this. That's not how we roll. Remember, we need a minimum of at least 2:1, but preferably more than that, maybe more 3 by 1. So let's check on daily. We are saying this is not a good sign for the price to go up, only for the next bar to come down. This is not good. The same way we can look at this. We are going up, and then we came back. We had like a pin bar, and then this bar was like a nice momentum to the upside. But if the next bar just comes back, we can't take this. We can't take this area here, because we did go up. But for the next bar to come back, and it has like a bigger, like if you were to compare the bodies are more or less the same. So this is not a good sign. This is not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. And you can see in this case the price just pushed all the way down. I'm not saying the same thing is going to happen with the current situation, but all I'm saying, going, be on a lookout. This is not a good sign for those ones who are buying. Not very convincing, but we'll see. We just give it some time for us to have a couple of bars there and see what happens. But at the moment, this is not a good sign. You might just break it, but we don't have reasons to sell it either. Right on. So we'll just wait and see if the structure changes, then we'll take it from there. And when we were coming down to H4, remember the initial plan was to take it from here, was to take it from this. right? But now what is happening on daily is really it's worrisome. Like I'm worried with that structure, and we can also see that we are more like around the trend line, and we activated the zone that we're interested in. But again, what's this? What's this, good people? What's this? What's happening here? You see? What's happening there? What's happening there? Because now that's more like a pin bar. And if the price just comes below that range, if it comes there, then it has a chance of just going down like that. But we don't yet have reasons for us to sell it. That's the thing. And again, we can't buy as yet. That's what I'm saying. Let's just wait for a couple of few bars here and see how the market is gonna open, and then we'll make a decision after that. Because I'm really worried. I'm really worried. This area that we were interested in, the way the market finished off on Friday. Hey, umatasatasa. It's a mess. It's a mess. So we just have to wait, be patient. We don't always have to like have trades that are running. Sometimes you just wait, observe the structure until things are clear. So in this case, we can all agree that this is not a good sign, not at all. So yeah, I think if we were to get like a breakout, then maybe you can say we did have a pause here, just where the market closed. Maybe if it comes like this, then you can take your chances to the downside, because we would have broken the trend line and also this area of demand. Then maybe you can take your chances. But now it comes a question of, when do I then say I can now buy? It's now safer for me to buy because of what this thing on daily here is. I know, I'm worried. You can see we just went up only for us to come down with the next bar. Not a good sign at all. So let's check what's happening on H1, which is going to be, it's just that my network is very poor, which is going to be our last time frame. So on H1, still we just came back to this area, which is around the trend line and stuff, but we don't have anything here. There's really nothing that's happening there. So I would suggest that at least let's wait for 1 day, just for today's day to go past, and then with all those 6 new H4 bars and all that new daily bar, we will then decide. Maybe it will tell us if it wants to break this or not, because currently we can't really pick a side of where this thing is gonna go. So let's just be patient for 1 day, guys, just 1 day. So on Monday we are not going to entertain this. Let's wait. You can focus on something else, but let's just stay away from this one. But should the structure change before the end of the day tomorrow, I'll just make another follow-up video. But I just want us to be safe, to make sure that we only trade when things are clear, and currently they are not, because this on H4, it's not a good sign, and this on daily, it's also not a good sign. But even though we still have a decent room to hit this, but we're not getting signs like nice areas for us to buy. So it's also possible that the price, because if you remember, I hope you still remember that when you were going down, the previous trend, the trend line was there, right? And remember, we had this. We said this is the main area where we are interested in, this support, where we said this support, what did it do? It gave us this move that did what? It broke the trend line, and also it went above this area of resistance. It broke the resistance, meaning this is a very nice support to buy from. So this would be like a pullback or retest before we have like a take off. So that's why I'm saying, so I hope that makes sense. Or this is another area where should this one, remember we had this, just that I removed it just now, and we have the trend line. Should the price, I said should the price come down and do this, then maybe you can take a chance and say this is going to be that final push to the downside to the main daily support. Then that's where we'll be looking for stronger buys to the upside. Ne? I hope this makes sense. So The only time we can look for selling opportunities if this zone tag is taken out and the trend line also is taken out, and we still have enough room for us to reach here. Because remember, if this thing breaks and then it does this and touch the daily support, we can't say when it goes there we are still interested in selling. Why? Because we don't have space. You can't say I'm going to exit here. Already the price has reached here. Already the price has reached here. So we can't say we are selling just to come and exit there. Why? What makes you think that the price is gonna go there? Because already it came here and it collected all the buy orders there. That's why it's going up. And this is a daily. This will be H4. We can't fight this daily with that H4. So remember, we are only allowed to sell if this is a daily. It is there. We are only allowed to sell if it comes there and then maybe go back. We still have a room to this, and the price tended there. It did not come to the daily. The daily is not yet in control. That's why we can sell. But if this move goes all the way down and touch here, remember, if it touches there, that's when we are taking what buy. We are buying. When it gets there, I can only exit. I can use that as my exit point, as my TP. But that's just because I'm exiting does not mean I'm interested in selling. No, I'm only exiting because of what? This is it will be an area of resistance. It's an area of resistance, but we are not selling. We're just exiting and waiting for the price to decide what it wants to do with it. Should it break it? Should it go like this? Maybe give me a demand there or area of support, and then go pause there and then go up. Then I can say if it comes back, I'm entering again. That's another buy. But until this is broken, I'm talking like in future, should this happen, until this is broken, I'm not gonna go against it. Well, if I'm having a buy, exit, good people. We are not magicians. We don't predict what's gonna happen. We wait for this to be broken. Then we can trade when we know very well that we no longer have obstacle here. It has been broken. Right? I hope it makes sense. But for now, it's a waiting game. We are waiting. It's just a waiting game. Just for one day, which is a Monday, we're not gonna execute. But should anything happen before the end of the day, then I'll just notify you guys. But let's just wait. We've got two possibilities. I think if it goes here, it will be a nice one for us to take it from that daily zone. This one will be a very nice one, because currently I'm not happy with that. All right, I'm just gonna end it here, and I hope you all understand what I'm saying. If there's anything that doesn't make sense on the very same video that I'm posting now, then you can drop it in the comments, and then I'll just make sure that I maybe try and find another scenario where I can try and simplify this and explain it again. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow when I make another video. Sharp.